I've risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show. I'm your man behind the mic, Scholar Jeff. Along with me to my left is Scholar Tarek. Thank you, Mr. Xavier Woods.
It's the most entertaining thing that came out of Raw.
It really was. Oh man, this seriously, with the New Day and everything going on with the New Day, that was easily the best part of Raw, and really the only thing I liked.
Really? The tag team revolution is doing a lot better than the Divas revolution, and there is no tag team revolution. That's the funny part.
At least it doesn't need a hashtag to get good. That's all I know.
And I'm just going to say this right now.
Yes.
If Charlotte does not win the Divas title this coming Monday, the whole Divas revolution would be a flop.
I wouldn't go so far as to say it just then, but I will say that I do agree with you in the sense that I feel like Charlotte is definitely deserving, and just with the way they're hyping up breaking the AJ's streak of the longest reigning Divas champion, I think that's a pretty good hint that they're going to break it.
The way I look at it is the whole point of this Divas revolution is to overthrow the Bellas. And what better way to overthrow the Bellas than to deny them to be the longest reigning champion? That title. That would prove that they are, quote, quote, major, quote, quote, the best.
Mm-hmm.
And if Charlotte has to win this in a dominating fashion. If they want to book her as the Ronda Rousey of WWE, then she has to defeat Nikki Bella just as quickly as she defeated Brie Bella at the Beat the Clock challenge.
Yeah, I think they're definitely setting them up to have Charlotte win, and if they want to do that, then they can set up any number of ways. They can do a match between her and Sasha Banks, saying, okay, this is how it always was meant to be. I'm the real deserving one. You were just the first in line. I'm next. You're going down. Or they can do a rematch with any one of the Bella twins saying, you ruined it. You ruined everything. Now I'm going to come back at you even harder. And then bam, there's your next match. So many other possibilities other than, I'm still a Bella. I'm still got the title. I'm the best. Blah, blah, blah.
I am still the Bella. We're going to marry every big name in WWE. Well, sort of big name, but just...
I'm Mr. Ass. I've got a butt.
I'm Nikki Bella. I'm banging John Cena. I'm Brie Bella. I'm banging Daniel Bryan. I'm Mama Bella. And I'm banging John Laurinaitis. People power.
People power. And I'm X-Pac. My thing is, I'm X-Pac.
X-Pac.
Make some noise.
My theme song is the DX theme. Yay!
Except sped up.
How did we get to talking about X-Pac?
I don't know.
Welcome to the Scholars of Wrestling Show.
In case you're joining us, this is the Scholars of Wrestling Show. And really, in the span of, under 4 minutes, we just covered the biggest and most interesting part of this week's Monday Night Raw. How sad is that?
That wasn't... The Divas division isn't the biggest thing that came out of Monday Night Raw.
Well, originally we started talking about the tag team division. Now we segued into the Divas division, and yeah, what are we still talking about Monday Night Raw for?
Cesaro versus Miz, the most hated thing that came out of this week's Monday Night Raw. Thank you for fixing it on SmackDown. That was the only reason why I watched SmackDown, just so I can see Cesaro beat the Miz after that debacle of Cesaro versus Miz Raw.
There you go. It's a sorbet on the palate cleanser of wrestling fans.
And there was no Big Show.
This analogy is falling apart and going far enough. In the meantime...
Great season finale of Raw.
Anywho, we're all going out of order. Now, this one... Let's just get right to it. We may not be picking up right at the start of the show with this, but damn it, we're going to do it anyway. It's time for a little bit of backstage news.
Well, it's better late than never than peeking behind the curtain and checking in on a little... Oh, Brian's not here. Backstage news! News. I think we should point out that Brian's not here.
Yeah, Brian's definitely not here, as if you couldn't tell. He's out on assignment. Godspeed to you, my friend. But in the meantime, wow. Outside of Raw, there's quite a bit of happenings this week.
One that you posted on our Facebook page that you...
Yeah.
I think you couldn't hide the excitement.
Yeah.
You were so happy about this.
Of course, I am talking about the rumors are true. Kana is officially just got signed by WWE, and oh man, am I ecstatic about this.
As soon as she showed up on NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, sitting with, what was it, Ric Flair and Sergeant Slaughter?
Ric Flair and Sergeant Slaughter, and then suddenly Kana. I'm like,
as soon as I saw her, I was like, yep, we all know what this is going to lead to. I actually thought she signed already, but no, it actually came, less than a month later?
Yeah, something like that.
It's like, well, again, I say better late than never.
Oh, yeah, just with the amount of coverage that they've been giving her, they're doing it to basically the same degree as they got all the major other NXT signees. They've got all these interviews on the .com, pictures all over their website about Kana.
Did you read what she wrote? It's
so bizarre.
Did you read what she wrote, like, post-signing? Like, the reason she really signed was after the match with Sasha Banks.
Yeah,
that was the main reason she signed on, because she wants a match with Bayley, and she wants a match with Sasha Banks, and she wants a match with Charlotte. I'm just like, yeah, you know what? I approve. I cannot wait to see what's going to come down the line.
Oh yeah, just some of the matches I've seen out of this woman, and to see her just covered on the mainstream WWE product, oh man. First they got Kevin Steen, then they got Prince Devitt, now they got Samoa Joe, and now they've got Kana. Oh man, my head is explode right now.
Very soon WWE might buy the whole, like, independent wrestling circuit. Just buying all these.
We own the world, damn it.
We own the world. We are World Wrestling Entertainment, damn it. And I'm gonna buy the world because I'm Vince McMahon, damn it.
But you know what the best possible part we can see out of all of this?
What is that?
Actually, let me put it to you as a question.
Okay.
Which of these matches would you rather see? Kana versus Sasha Banks? Or Kana versus Eva Marie? On the one hand, we got versus Sasha Banks, which is bound to be a 5-star classic. In the meantime, on the other hand, we've got Kana murdering Eva Marie.
Well,
which is better?
Well, which is better? Obviously, it's going to be Kana versus Sasha Banks, duh. But with how much, from what I've been reading, from how much they're actually planning on giving Eva Marie a big push when she comes back, and she's automatically going after Bayley and the women's championship. I really hope all the training she's doing shows that she actually is taking this very seriously. I'm not like last week when you and Brian were kind of, I'm going to just simply put it, destroying Eva Marie. You're looking back on all the crap she's done in the past. From what I'm reading now and how hard she's training with Brian Kendrick, I'm going to give her some positive, like, okay, I'm going to go in with an open mind. I'm not going to look back on all all the shit that you put in the past. You dedicated yourself to training hard to actually gain our approval. And coming in, possibly being a top diva heel because of your past history, and show that I'm now better than what you all accuse me to be. I'm intrigued.
I understand where you're coming from with that, and normally I would be right there with you. However, with the way they're positioning her, she's improved quite a bit, but she's still nowhere near that level yet. She's literally a female Roman Reigns.
I will
Same
give you
exact
that.
problems.
Yeah, I will give you that.
Yeah, she still needs. If they're trying to push her that quickly, at least the way it seems, then we have a problem. Like, again, with Roman Reigns, just to bring the analogy full circle, if my main problem was not with Roman Reigns, per se. It was the speed at which they wanted to push Roman Reigns, and, when a lot more people who are a lot more deserving of the main event spot and that kind of recognition and that kind of accolade. Roman Reigns is not bad, but he wasn't anywhere near the level that WWE seemed to want him to be.
I agree.
Same thing applies to Eva Marie here. Even if Eva Marie... They basically set both of these people up to virtually no-win scenarios. Even if Eva Marie does improve, she's got to improve far, far more than any other woman on the roster in order to get the blessing of the mainstream fans.
Agreed.
But I will say this, though. If the rumors are true and they're going to elevate Eva Marie to the top as quickly as they seem to, as the rumors and the dirt sheet seem to indicate that they are, if they push Eva Marie so hard that they put her over Kana far too soon and they don't get a great match out of each other and Eva Marie looks really, really good coming out of it, if they put Eva Marie over Kana clean before her time, it's going to be Roman Reigns all over again, and I will recancel my subscription to WWE Network.
Damn.
I'm telling you that right now. It's going to be on the same level.
Damn. Just damn.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say. Hey, it was a great rant. I loved it. I will agree. I do agree. She's getting pushed way too fast, way too soon, and that was the problem with Roman Reigns, and it's going to be the problem with Eva Marie. I'm just saying that start her from the bottom and have her slowly work her way to the top.
Absolutely.
At that point, have her start on as the heel and just work her way from the bottom up instead of just throwing. Oh, well, it's okay. You don't have to worry about the bottom people. We'll just throw you to the top. I don't want that either. Yeah. I was just saying, the whole point of what I was saying is I'm intrigued of how they're going to book her character-wise, not how she's going to be booked wrestling-wise where she's automatically the face of the Divas division. We don't want that. We don't want that.
Certainly.
I just want to see what her training... I want to see if her training was just a bust.
Certainly. Again, I don't think it's going to be a bust just yet, but still, they just need Eva Marie, if she's honestly, truly giving it her all. I've got to believe she just needs a little bit more time.
She needs to develop her character first. Exactly.
Honestly, I'm looking out of all the women who are not the 4 horsewomen from NXT right now. Out of everyone left, I kind of am starting to warm up to Dana Brooke just because of how they're booking her. It's a slow burn. She's getting much more crisp and comfortable in her role by the day. That crazy flip that she does when she comes out is still super rad.
It is.
And you can even hear it on the last week's episode of NXT. Even though a lot of people are still booing her, people are starting to come around. She's starting to get more cheers.
Is she getting booed for her character or for her abilities? That's always the thing that's
honestly,
with WWE especially with the NXT crowd. It's very hard to read them sometimes.
Honestly, I'm not quite sure. The conclusion I keep coming to with anything like that is they seem very, very similar to an ECW crowd in the sense where they will almost immediately throw you under the bus and just start grilling you and grilling you and grilling you until you show that you can still have that grace under fire, that you can take the abuse, and that you are going to keep improving in the ring. So it's basically like putting a lump of coal under pressure. If you go through the pressure, you end up coming out in a diamond. Because I've actually heard a lot of people say this too. It wasn't too long ago that Sasha Banks was just sort of like ho-hum, plain Jane, nothing special about her. Then all of a sudden, something just clicked in her, and bam, we got the boss.
Didn't Byron Saxton say something like that at NXT Brooklyn? I'm sure
he did.
I'm sure that I read somewhere that someone pointed it out, that it's like the one thing that got me was of all people, Byron Saxton, which that guy should give Byron Saxton more credit because he really is a good commentator.
Yeah, he's definitely coming around.
He's he's definitely growing.
And again, especially since NXT has just grown by leaps and bounds, I think it's very easy to forget that in in a lot of ways, NXT is still considered by some to be a developmental brand. It's okay to have room to grow.
Exactly. You know what? Yeah. In certain ways, it really is. It still is. And there's nothing wrong with that because it can be its own brand, but it's still the point where you're getting the younger talent ready for the main roster.
Yeah, this is just...
when they say developmental brand, it's not insulting it at all.
Yeah, when they say developmental brand, lately I've been seeing it more as not a brand for necessarily for developing wrestlers, even though it is. It's also a developmental system for WWE as a whole. Like, think of it. I've started to think of it this way. Ever since WWE became a publicly traded company, it's been harder and harder to really take risks in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Vince McMahon and his ilk have made their name and their billions off of taking risks like this. When you put a billionaire who's been known for all of his success under the guise of being a risk taker, if you suddenly make the risk taker take no more risks, then you run into then you're eventually just answering not to the fans, but to a bunch of stockholders, and then you went into a bunch of safe bets like your John Cena's, and then you book John Cena the same way all the time. You go for the safe bet, and your overall show suffers as a part of it. With something like NXT, this is the perfect avenue for not only enhancing talent, not only for giving them a room to improve, but also you also have the appropriate room to take more chances, to see what your audience wants, what they respond well to, and what you can put on your main roster to show to everybody else.
I think the one real problem with Vince McMahon's risks is his risks are too PG to the point where it's outdated. I mean, he really is still looking back on 80s risks.
Yes,
when it comes to booking it, he's wanting to book it like a children's show, but it's a children's show of the 80s. And the children's shows of today, your Avatars, your Adventure Times,
Steven Universe,
they are more mature. Some of people who are our age love that show, those shows, because they are maybe branded as kids shows, but they are full of adult themes, and they are taking risks that, in the end, succeed. You can still have your show be a kid, aimed towards kids most of the time, but you're not. But kids today are smarter than they were in the 80s.
It's like I always like to say, kids are dumb, but they're not stupid.
Exactly.
But anyway, wow,
all that from Kana.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kana. Welcome to WWE, Kana.
Oh, I could talk about Kana all day.
Man,
and I will.
Keep it in your pants, fool.
I'm just sitting here in front of a microphone just talking about Kana.
Yeah, I could see it in
I
could see it in your eyes.
Okay.
Don't make Sasha Banks jealous.
Oh, please. Sasha Banks, you're on notice, sorry.
Oh, there you go.
Get in line.
Oh, boy.
Anywho, I'm afraid the news this week, however, is not all good.
I guess the best way to put it, I'm afraid I got some bad news.
I'm afraid I got some bad news. Are you familiar with a long-time Chikara talent called Ultra Mantis Black?
The name sounds familiar. I have to see a picture.
Yeah,
I'm good with faces. I'm terrible with names.
I guarantee you, if you saw this guy's mask, you'd recognize him immediately. He is super charismatic, excellent wrestler, long-time Chikara mainstay. Unfortunately, due to a chronic leg injury, he is being forced to retire.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
What happened?
I am not exactly sure. He just injured his leg, and it turned out to be
a recent event.
Yeah, a recent event.
Oh no!
And apparently, he just couldn't. The doctors looked at it and said, "You know what? Sorry, Ultramantis Black, you got to retire."
That sucks.
Yeah, He was the leader of the faction known as the Order of the Neo-Solar Temple,
What a lovely name.
I know, it's a great... I love it. He's been like a mainstay of King
name.
of Trios for a long-ass time. He apparently owns his own record label.
Well, at least he's not completely, like, down under. I mean, like, I'm sure he'll stay with the company doing something else.
I certainly hope so. I mean, even if he just stands around cutting promos and he just sort of... even if
gain a manager duty?
Yeah, even if he's just a manager and he ends up being like the leader of the Neo Solar Temple. I really hope he sticks around, because this guy is more than just a body in a ring.
Most of them are more than just bodies in the ring.
I know, but especially this guy, even if when I don't constantly follow Chikara, if I find out that Ultramantis Black is doing something, I'm just like, okay, sign me up. This guy's awesome.
Yeah, that sucks to hear.
But even so, Ultramantis Black is one of those guys where even if he's anywhere near the indie wrestling scene, he's definitely worth a watch. So, kudos to you and Godspeed to whatever you do next, Mr. Ultramantis Black.
Hear, hear.
Wherever we see you next. Speaking of wherever we see you next, Stephen Amell is still around and kicking.
Well, yeah. I mean... Wait, and when it comes to wrestling, or...?
Yes, when it comes to wrestling.
Okay, good. It was like,
according to some vague postings on Twitter, he apparently is learning more suplexes. He's still keeping himself in ring shape, just in case.
Well, yeah, he still has to be in great shape for Arrow.
But he's still also tweeting back and forth between him and Stardust. Gotta
keep that feud alive, man. Gotta keep it alive.
So let me just ask you, do you think that Stephen Amell will be back to continue his feud with Stardust? And if so, how are we going to do it?
Yes, absolutely. And how... Really, just keep the Twitter war going. I mean, it's the best way to really to have it be more of like aiming with the social media, which WWE loves doing. And wait for one of the big pay-per-views to... make a move. Hell, maybe anything. Have Steve Amell show up at the Rumble. Be a member of the Rumble and eliminate Stardust.
Now that might not be a bad idea.
Setting up a match with Stardust and Stephen Amell. Make it a 6-man tag, since he now has the Ascension, which I actually do like. This happened last week, and it was it happened after we recorded last week's episode for...
Naturally.
So we were just, as soon as I read, I'm like, the Ascension joins Stardust? Ooh, I like that. It's a really interesting concept, and it's something that the Ascension needs. And leave it to Cody Rhodes / Stardust to go from being a lackey of a stable to actually leading a stable. And I hope it actually succeeds. I
really hope so too.
And I hope this helps the Ascension raise back to actual being a legit tag team, other than just J.O.B.
Jobbers to the stars.
Not even to the stars. That's the sad part. They're not even... They're jobbers to, like, everyone.
Yeah, now they're jobbers for the star. Dust.
Ooh, I like it. Well,
I tried.
They're not job... I hope this doesn't make them jobbers anymore.
Even
really though on SmackDown they get fed to Reigns and... Wait, was it? Yeah, Reigns to Ambrose. Reigns and Ambrose just destroy them, and I'm just like, wait, what happened to the new Stardust? Whatever. Hopefully now we'll just rebrand the Ascension. I actually hope they do change their look eventually,
or at least their association with the look that they've got.
Yeah, make it more, I guess, better way to put it with Stardust, cosmic.
I totally get that.
They need a new cosmic look to make them look like comic book characters if they want to keep Stardust and Stephen Amell going, and then going on back to my fantasy booking. Have Stephen Amell eliminate Stardust and lead to a 6-man tag match at WrestleMania.
I only have one question in response to that. Do you think between now and January for the Royal Rumble, do you feel like that's too long of a period of time?
Let's see, till January? As long as they keep having him feud with Neville, I'm going to say no.
If they can find a way to keep it fresh.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, they have Neville teaming up with the Lucha Dragons. I don't see, I could see the Stardust and the Ascension rising up, because you got to make them look like legit threats to Stephen Amell.
Mm.
And have Stephen Amell bring in another tag team, not the Lucha Dragons and just not Neville. Have them be teaming with, I don't know, some tag team that I can't think of right now.
Hey, we'll get there.
The Vaudevillains, I don't know.
Oh, please. I would love to see. I love seeing the Vaudevillains no matter what they do. Those guys are great.
They really are. But that was just a name I threw. I'm not actually being 100% serious.
Hey.
I gotta think about this.
It's cool. There's a number of ways that this can go. Oop, dropped my pen. There's a number of ways that this can go. Only time will tell, as with most other things. Speaking of time will tell, great news, everybody. Noel Foley is on Playboy.com.
Yay?
Yeah.
Yay?
Yes, apparently, according to the Twitter machines, the one and only Noel Foley just got featured on Playboy.com.
Oh.
Which was a little unexpected.
Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
Excuse me, I really don't know how to respond to this.
Nor do I. I just heard about it not even an hour before we were set to record this episode. I'm just like, no. No, they're not going to do a thing with Noel Foley, are they? No.
WWE-wise?
No, not with WWE.
Oh.
Just Playboy teaming up with Noel Foley. Is she actually going to,
go all Playboy out?
Yeah, go all Playboy out? Or is this just like a one-off thing for her?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a really tough question.
It's a really tough topic because I'm just kind of thrown back from this.
Let's put a different perspective on this, though. Because when I first heard about this, I had to ask myself a really important question. If she were to, say, pose for Playboy, would I be curious enough to observe these pictures? And the answer to that question is no, because I feel like I do not want to disrespect Mick Foley. I just don't think I would have it in me.
Yeah.
Just non-smile politely?
Yeah, I'll go with that. Because, like I said, this topic kind of caught me by surprise. I was not this is the first I'm hearing about it, so
I don't blame you.
Am I curious to look at these? No.
Breaking news. Well, yeah, you probably. I just realized. Yeah, I'm talking to a married man, a good, honorable married man. So
yeah,
probably not.
Probably not.
If Brian were here, though, yeah,
I would love to hear Brian's reaction to this one.
Yeah, Brian, if you're hearing this and you're back from assignments, post a douche's take. Let's hear what you think about
a whole douche's take on Noel Foley.
Do I want to see Noel Foley naked? Yes or no?
Yay or nay?
Yay or nay? Anyway, I'm sure we'll pick up that little nugget of joy for another time. In the meantime,
please let's move on.
Yes.
I don't know how to
And even more breaking news.
Oh boy, is it anything like this?
Maybe.
Shit.
In just even more breaking news, as of the time of this recording, just announced, main eventing the next NXT TakeOver show, a rematch. Bayley versus Sasha Banks in a 30-minute Iron Man match.
Oh my. Has there ever been a Scholars in Time question? Has there ever been a Divas Iron Woman match? I guess is the best
Honestly,
way to put it.
I can't think of one.
At least in WWE.
I'm sure that there was an Iron Woman match or Iron Man match for women.
Let's just stick with Iron Woman match.
Iron Woman match. I'm pretty sure there was in some point, but I do not think it was in WWE. I very well could be wrong.
Here's a good Scholars in Time question for people.
Oh, just was there a...
Has there ever been an Iron Woman match in WWE?
Hey, I'm sure we're going to find out right as soon as this episode taping is over, so...
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Hindsight's 20/20, I guess. But in the meantime...
But, as for the match itself, yeah. I cannot wait. These women can definitely put on a 30-minute match, and it's going to be awesome.
Yes, I believe it's scheduled for October 7th, I believe.
That sounds right.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Yeah, so that's this edition of Backstage News. However, there is one little other nugget of joy that we need to address. As of late this week, or early this week rather, I can't speak today, we just recently got our hands on the latest, or this year's, PWI 500 list.
I didn't check this list out. You know what, I guess you want to give, maybe the top 5?
Oh, yes. Yes, I would.
Or make it even better, top 10.
I'll tell you what. Now, keep in mind here, this list is based entirely in kayfabe. So, really, if you had to pick anybody who would be in that number 1 spot for the highest rated wrestler of the year, in kayfabe now, who do you suppose it would be?
Either Seth Rollins or John Cena.
Which one is it?
Probably John Cena.
Well, guess what?
I'm right.
You're wrong.
Good.
Number 1 for this year for 2015 is Seth Rollins.
Well, I was almost right. The only reason I picked Cena is because of his United States Open Challenge. That's the only reason why I picked him. But you know what? I like it.
Yep, John Cena is number 2, actually.
All right, I picked the top 2.
Yes. Number 3 is actually AJ Styles. Number 4, now here's where it gets interesting. Number 4 is Roman Reigns.
Huh.
Oh. But there's more.
Okay.
Can't you take a guess as to who number 5 is? Here's a hint. I'm not too happy about it.
Huh. This may take a minute. Someone you're not happy about?
Okay, let's put it this way. Out of everyone who you know I'm a fan of, which wrestler anywhere would aggravate me to be one step below Roman Reigns?
It's actually funny because I'm just thinking Roman Reigns. Period.
I know, really, right?
But now it's just difficult.
Who would infuriate me the most?
I don't.
Number 5.
Bo Dallas? I don't know.
No, worse. Number 5, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Really?
Nakamura's number 5.
Under
number
Roman
4,
Reigns.
Under Roman Reigns.
No.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, hey, the PWI 500. Seth Rollins, John Cena, AJ Styles. Okay, where's Nakamura? Okay, he's number 5. That's really good. Who's number 4? Roman Reigns.
Wow.
No.
Really?
No.
Really? I'm pulling a Miz here. Really?
Well, again, I had to actually be reminded that this is all within kayfabe, which actually kind of justifies it, kind of, sort of. Because I think it's some sort of complicated thing where they factor in wins and losses and popularity, severity of angles and all that.
Okay.
And actually, given the way everything went, I'm a little surprised that Okada, Rainmaker guy, isn't higher up on the list.
Where is he?
Oh, boy. I'm just pulling up the top 100 right now, which I'm sure...
Really? King Barrett is over Bray Wyatt?
Yeah, I'm really not quite sure what went into that decision. Probably because he won the... Didn't he have an Intercontinental title run last year? He had an Intercontinental title run. He won.
And then he dropped it. And then that was earlier in the year, though. And then after he came back, it really wasn't anything special except winning the worst, in my opinion, the worst King of the Ring in the history of King of the Ring. And then after that, losing to R-Truth.
Yeah, this has a lot of really suspect.
This is really the questionable list.
There you go. Kazuchika Okada, 27.
Hell, I even think Jay Lethal is a little low.
Well, to be fair, a little low.
A little low,
yeah. I was going to say, Jay Lethal actually had a really good year.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm a little surprised he's at number 17.
Yeah, looking at some of these other guys, number 26, Mil Muertes from Lucha Underground. He's sort of a monster guy. Again, one step ahead of Okada. 28 went to Finn Balor. 29 went to Ryback. For some reason, I'm not convinced of that.
Actually, you know what? I think Ryback, he's at the right spot. With how he's actually getting better in the ring, getting better on the mic, and the changing of his character to becoming an actual full like 3-dimensional character instead of, I'm just a hungry guy that eats people. I am Goldberg Light, which I question that. But you know what? In a way, when he was first coming around, that's all he was. And he only did well when it comes to backstage stuff. When he's on the mic in the ring, he was questionable. Now that he came back after his injury, he actually is a lot better. I actually think Ryback does deserve that spot.
That's fair. And a lot of people's fairness. Going down the list, there are some pretty fair slots here. Let's see.
Big Show over Cesaro?
Well, I'm sure they're talking about the overall year.
I guess.
And just look at some of the other guys that he's lumped around. Cesaro's at number 41. Number 40 is Kota Ibushi.
Huh.
Which is good. Really good as it is. Still ahead of Sheamus, though, which is nice.
That's funny.
Ahead of Samoa Joe and... ahead of Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy, Naomichi Marufuji. Again, this is also in kayfabe and the entire year.
I think just for for all the people listening in, we'll post a link to the list on this episode, just so you can look at the list with us.
Yeah, I'm not sure this is even the entire list. I think it's just the top 100. Like this one, I sort of question. Number 65 is Stardust. Number 66 and 67 are the Young Bucks. I don't know. I don't know about some of this. Let's see here. Ryoshi Tenzan, Xavier Woods, Carl Anderson at 79. I feel like he should be a little bit higher. Okay. 86, Baron Corbin. 84 is Chris Jericho. I'm sorry, Baron Corbin does not need to be anywhere near that close to Chris Jericho.
Our boy Damian Sandow at number 3. Hey, at least he
number 93.
Yeah, what did I say?
You said number 3.
93. I meant 93.
The world isn't that great yet.
And of course, number 100, Sin Cara. Well, Hunakara.
Okay, here's the entire list.
I think this list will actually post as a link from our episode.
Yeah, number 104 is still Chris Hero. Not bad considering where it was. 109, the recent NXT signee Johnny Gargano. Number 110 is Tomohiro Ishii, my boy. Being out Eric Rowan at 111 and Abyss at number 112. Oh, let's see here. Fool, the second you see someone who jumps out at me, just say something.
I'll let you know. Right now, nothing.
Let's see, 128, Togi Makabe. 129, Bully Ray. That, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like Bully Ray should be up there a little bit more.
I can agree on that one.
Okay, 133, another recent NXT signee, Tommaso Ciampa. Or Ciampa.
What number?
133.
133, okay.
130, 137 Jack Swagger, 138 Yuji Nagata.
Wow.
I don't know. Yuji Nagata had a really good year.
Yeah,
He deserves to be way up higher.
I think so too.
At least better than Jack Swagger. Oh boy, let's see who else. Okay, this is a weird one. 145 Rhino, 146 Blue Demon Jr.
I think it's kind of surprising that Rhino is under Curtis Axel, where Axel is 142.
Yeah, that is really weird.
Did he just not do a lot this year?
I honestly
until
don't
coming
know.
into NXT? Is that why he's so low?
I honestly don't know. Here's another one. Right below Curtis Axel at 143. Alex Shelley, who's been in New Japan for most of the year as one half of the Time Splitters with Kushida.
Okay.
Unless I'm missing something horrible here, I feel like he should be up.
This is
up
a very
much higher on the list.
very questionable list.
Yes. Okay, here's another one. 156 Bo Dallas. 157 Colt Cabana. 158 Sushi.
Sushi.
I have no idea who the hell Sushi is.
I just like I'm just a fan of the name.
In big capital letters, just Sushi.
He has to come out with chopsticks.
Yeah, now I just want to find out who the hell Sushi is that deserves to be listed right underneath Colt Cabana.
We'll look at that at the end of the after we stop recording.
Just out of curiosity, I'm just going to be looking at the rest of this list to see who the hell Sushi is rated ahead of.
Titus O'Neil at 171.
Wow. Sushi is better than Titus O'Neil compared to these people.
I want to make a sign now. Just have a roll, just like a California roll, is greater than Titus O'Neil.
Sushi is apparently better than both 182 Jeff Jarrett and 183 Fandango.
I like that they have a Johnny Fandango.
Yeah, for some reason they're listing this in a very odd way. Like they're putting either their first or last names and their gimmick. It's very weird. Like, oh, where is it? And we'll find another funny example of that. Number 187, Adam Rose.
Yay! I'm right above Adam Rose, the bunny. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, please, better not.
That would have been just a very funny moment.
Okay, this is just friggin' blasphemy. Number 193, L.A. Park, a.k.a. the original La Parka.
Really? 193?
Yeah.
Are these guys just not having a good year?
I guess not, or at least they didn't
make an impression.
At least not probably the more recent versions that we're thinking of. Like, this one I totally understand. 197, Uhaa Nation.
That name doesn't ring a bell to me.
He's Apollo Crews in NXT. That's why they first signed him. He wrestled in Dragon Gate for years under the name Uhaa Nation.
Well, I didn't know anything about Apollo Crews before Apollo Crews, so this is okay. So
yeah, so
all right. Probably he'll raise in a higher number for next year.
Yeah, he's almost guaranteed to go up as next year. And 212 Mystico. 214 Tyrus Clay, a.k.a. Somebody Better Call My Mama. 223 Joey Ryan.
I'm just curious to see where Zack Ryder is for some reason. I haven't even...
228 Enzo Amore.
Enzo, where? What, 228 you said?
226 Enzo Amore.
Oh,
228 is actually Keiji Muto, who I honestly didn't even know that he was still wrestling. And now we're going into the really obscure stuff, like...
Where's DVD Phil? Did I miss him?
I don't know. This list is, again, this is the PWI 500, so we're gonna have to jump around quite a bit. Oh boy.
All right, I think we.
250 Zone Crow.
Let's skip a bit.
271 Aiden English. 262 Colin Delaney. 263 Bull Dempsey.
Bull.
Oh wow, just some of the names on this list. Oh, here he is. 316 Toru Yano.
36, of course.
located one step below Sanjay Dutt. I thought he retired Sanjay Dutt.
I think he did too. That's the funny thing.
And he's still ahead of quite a few people, including 327, Hollow Wicked, another Chikara guy, and 328, Ty Dillinger.
The second I saw Ty Dillinger, I'm just like, oh no.
Oh no.
God, this is such an interesting list.
Let's see, who else is better? Who else is Toru Yano is DVD Phil better than? He's better than Jesse Sorensen. He is better than
Zach Gowen at 366. There you go.
This is actually true. DVD Phil is better than Damian 666 at 379. DVD Phil is better than Little Cholo.
Who the hell is Little Cholo?
I don't know.
Now these names are just getting so, like, obscure. Kyle Sebastian.
Okay, DVD Phil is better than Jekyll's the Jester at 414.
I want to look this guy up. Jekyll's the Jester.
DVD Phil is better than Kai Katana. Oh, here's a good one. He's better than Jesus Rodriguez.
Oh, Jesus.
If it's the same guy, I think it's the same guy who in kayfabe stabbed John Cena. Okay, DVD Phil is better than the Beer City Bruiser Matt Winchester.
Seriously, did I miss Zack Ryder?
I don't know, unless we both missed him. DVD Phil is better than Max Smashmaster.
Where's Max Smashmaster?
452.
That is just a great name.
Now, him I've actually heard of. Him and this other guy at 458, Blaster McMassive. He's actually part of a tag team in Chikara. I forget what they're called, but they are very, very real.
Crucifix?
Okay, DVD Phil is better than Jervis Cottonbelly at 468, which I seriously question.
There he is!
Okay, and DVD Phil is better than Zack Ryder at 477.
And what number is DVD Phil? 316.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I actually looked this up. Zack Ryder is officially the lowest ranking WWE employee on this list.
That is hilarious.
But look at the bright side. They all beat Pinky Santino at 484.
I gotta see who's 500 now.
500 is Space Monkey.
I love it. I love that name. I am a fan of Space Monkey.
I have no idea who Space Monkey is.
I have no idea who it is either, but I am a fan just because of his name. 496, Cheeseburger is better than Space Monkey.
But you know what? The funniest part is, I actually know who Cheeseburger is.
Who is Cheeseburger?
He's actually a trainee from the Ring of Honor training school who actually shows up on the shows occasionally. Apparently he's like a really chill guy, and Chris Jericho actually likes him.
That's funny.
So, Cheeseburger, yeah.
Cheeseburger for the win.
And sushi apparently trumps them all.
What a very interesting list.
Yeah, these kind of lists go from like infuriatingly disagreeable at the very beginning to just absolutely laughable and hilarious at the very end.
I love that. That's a great name.
Absolutely laughable. So now, the big question. How would you personally change this list?
This is like the wrong time to ask me. This is just like...
just a few spitball things. I still feel like...
Well, one thing, Nakamura is a hell up over Roman Reigns.
Yeah, and even outside of New Japan, I feel like a lot of people in New Japan had a much better year, not even just a better year, but at least one that's on par with him. Like AJ Styles, I can't really disagree too hard with that, just because of the sheer year that he had. It was very, very good. And not to mention, if they're just checking the actual past calendar year, I don't remember when exactly AJ showed up and joined the Bullet Club and just went on an absolute tear. In which case, then, yeah, AJ Styles definitely deserves that.
I'm not just saying this just because he's the man of the show. I'm just going to call him the man. But I do believe, booking-wise, how he was booked and how the audience reacted to him, I do believe Damian Sandow should have been up higher.
Yes, absolutely. But again, it's also not very fresh in my mind how they calculate the year that is. I mean, if it was strictly just this 2015 calendar year, they still have almost half the year still left to go. So it must be from the middle of 2014 to
wait,
now.
What? Half the year?
Yeah, this is September of 2015.
The year's almost over. We've way past the half of the year.
Well, either way, the point is that there's still quite a bit of year left. So that may skew it a little bit.
But it just sucks because we don't even know where the hell Damian Sandow is.
Yeah, it is a shame. But
really
is. I'm sure that's what knocked him down a few pegs. If recent events do have an impact on the PWI ratings.
Well, WWE kind of screwed that up with changing him into Macho Mandow. As much as I liked it, I think it totally what's the word? Neglected, I guess. It totally neglected with what he said when he actually broke apart from The Miz, and he was saying that copying gimmicks and being a cartoon character was like the lowest part of his career, and he thanked everyone for supporting him throughout all that. And then what do you know? Literally the next week,
he's back to it.
I was like, isn't that a complete reversal of what he was just saying?
It kind of was.
So what was the point of that? And I thought it was going to be like into a good evolve with him feuding with Axel, basically rebuilding himself, to a guy who was using a gimmick to get himself over, which Sandow would go to him, you don't need the gimmick to get yourself over, you need to be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have led to developing Sandow's character, evolving his character, but instead they decided to go backwards and screw it all up and have him be part of Macho Mandow and Axel Mania. But now that's completely out the trash because of what happened with Hulk Hogan. And now Sandow's back to Narnia, which sucks because he may be like the man that we base the show around, but really he was such a great talent that he's wasted.
This is just another case of WWE dropping another ball. It's a real shame.
It's so ironic they have a 3-hour show, yet most of the time it's a lot of filler that is just boring. They kept branding the whole Lana, Summer Rae, Dolph Ziggler crap, saying that was the most talked about moment with Summer Rae running out of Dolph Ziggler's locker room. I'm like, I've been following the wrestling fans' websites. That's not even close to what people are talking about. Yeah. You are booking this terribly.
It is. But then again, we're not here to talk about how bad Monday Night Raw is. Still, as far as the PWI 500, I'm just going to say this. If there's anybody I can see going up way higher for next year, it's based on their performances in the G1 Climax. It would probably be Carl Anderson and Michael Elgin. Especially Michael Elgin. With his stock in Ring of Honor, this appearance at the G1 Climax definitely boosted his standing. I'm guessing we're going to see some really, really good things from Michael Elgin, especially in the future.
And Apollo Crews.
I
think he's going to be the one that's definitely jumped up the ranks.
Yeah, and you know what? You're not wrong. Of anyone, I think we haven't even scratched the surface with Apollo Crews. But anyway, that's our coverage of the PWI 500. But before we head on out, Fool, I believe you got some topics for Scholar's Quick Talk.
I have only 3 topics, because I actually thought these would be easy each week, but they're actually quite difficult.
What you got?
Alright. Since we were talking about the Ascension joining up with Stardust, and it actually will be best for them, now that the Ascension is with Stardust, will the Ascension win the tag team titles?
I'm going to say yes, but not right now.
I'm not saying like right now, eventually.
Eventually, if they play their cards right, this could be the thing that put them back on track.
Okay. And the next one? Actually, you know what? I'll save this one for the last. The third.
Okay. Mysterious.
I read today that Natalya was interviewed asking why she wasn't a part of the Divas Revolution, and she has no idea why. She is just completely... It's like, your guess is as good as mine. And she was very disappointed about it. So my question, will we ever see Natalya part of the Divas Revolution?
As far as I'm concerned, this whole Divas Revolution on the main roster is just the label that they're doing to bring up the 4 horsewomen to the main roster. They'll do the same thing with Bayley. It's a shorthand for the NXT ladies. When in reality, they can utilize Natalya as a good, solid performer, as good as anyone else on the roster, anytime they wish. They can inject her into this thing tomorrow, and it would still be completely viable.
Alright, and the last one. I tried looking this up. The last time, like with how much they're kind of booking this whole Charlotte versus Nikki Bella for the Divas title, I seriously doubt that it'll probably end the second hour. If anything, start on the second hour. Will we ever see a women's match close a Raw ever again?
Close a Raw? I think it absolutely will. Because, again, if NXT TakeOver, the next one next month, is any indication, that seems to be confirmed to close out the show in the main event. It's already happened in the Attitude Era. It's happening right now on NXT. I do not think it's an unreasonable thing to expect that it will happen one day in the future. Okay.
And those are my quick talks.
Alright, and good quick talks they are. But you know what? We also want to hear from you, the listener base, and especially you, the one listening right now. Wait, I see where you're going. Don't move. Don't move your mouse. Don't click off of this video. Don't do it.
It may be the end of the episode, but we're not done yet.
No, not until you comment on this video. Tell us what you think. Like this video if you like what you hear. Subscribe if you want to hear more into your face. Of course, you can also follow us on our Twitter machines. Look up all our Twitter handles. They should be in the description below. And of course, don't forget to go on your Facebooks and look up the Scholars of Wrestling show, the official Facebook page of this very show. Like us, subscribe to us, show us some love. We'll show it right back by providing fresh, hot, piping hot entertainment, wrestling-related entertainment to your face. And discussions, yes. Let us join your internet wrestling conversation. Like us, subscribe to us, let us into your life. We love you. Except unless you're that one guy, in which case, no. Get out of our life. Just stop calling me. Just go away. In any case, we've had a lot of fun tonight. That's one more episode into the Scholars Record books. Of course, if you've been listening this far, you already know who we are. We're the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled.
You're welcome.
Let's lament some more Damian Sandow matches.
And find the cheeseburger.
And find the cheeseburger.
And sushi.